a pak začneme. Tak jo, tak 2 minutky jsou pryč, takže můžu spustit. Tak, když se rychle podívám, to běží, tak já se podívat na toho kouhavýho lapku. Nebo obošovi, to je jedno.
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here. That's what you call nothing to see. I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
Moc pěkný.
Sakra. Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
Než se zeptám jsem, kdo to je.
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
Kumpán, to asi...
A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
That's how blbý.
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
To je takové, že řekne, že neví, a pak najednou jakože byl doma z posledních několik dní, tak...
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now. And nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
Asi potom až moc umřel, si myslím. A to jsme za ještě ostatních.
God be with you.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipo. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Of course. Ask away.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
He was a drunk who was always looking for a fight. Nobody liked him much, but I wouldn't wish an end like that on any...
Okay. To se ptám. Okay,
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
He was a loner. He didn't even have any mates in the tavern.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Well, now I think of it, I haven't seen him around for a while. No idea where he was skulking.
Okay.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
Not a clue.
That's all. Thank you.
Ještě se chci podívat, jestli se ještě ho můžu zeptat na něco.
God be with...
Another thing about you.
Ne. Nevadí.
Good luck to you.
Tyjo, za koho se mám zeptat? Třeba vy.
Good morning.
Tak už tak nějak preskipuju.
Do you know what Lubosh...
What do I care about that scoundrel? I was glad he stayed out.
Do you know who Lu...
He was always a loner.
Asi samotář.
That's all. Thank you.
Tak nic.
God bless.
Počkej, něco si chci rychle podívat do nastavení, tak moment. Jo. Možná tak nic. Co se chtěl podívat, co všechno se můžu nastavit? To je třeba i velkost titulku nebo tak. Jako ne v pohodě, ale... Jakože velkost titulku získám v inventáři a tak. Jež to je docela bídná. Je to, když otevřu inventář, tak ono, ty čísla jako jsou vidět, ale to dole, jak to unesu a to, tak když to zčervená, tak to moc nevidím. Takový herší. Pak může být kněz. Tady není nikdo, kdo by se hrál kostky. Třeba ty. No. Ne, tak nic. Tak, tady máme kněze, což je Rmle. A jen se kně.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to
Zkusme nějaký odpít.
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Luboš? What was he like?
A bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Do you know what Luboš was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
Jak nemůžeš?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son. And one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Luboš don't know what to do.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Tak.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
No, tak to není moc hezký.
For heaven's sake, Father, can you really look me in the eye and tell me that, when you know you may be condemning innocent people to death?
I can, because if I broke that vow, the consequences would be much worse than if I didn't. Maybe not immediately,
Jak jako
but one day.
vážnější.
The mills of God grind slow.
To je mi moc nepravdí, no.
Take care now.
Už já se zkusím trošku na víc věcí. Třeba tady.
My dear lad, I have more worries than I can bear. Another pair of shoulders would ease my burden. I have to deal with a local witch.
A witch?
The herb woman, old Gertrude. That devious hag who will stoop to anything. Like all herbalists, for that matter.
Oh, don't tell me. The cows are giving blood instead of milk, and babies are being born with 2 heads and a tail.
This is no laughing matter. Gertrude isn't evil. She just has peculiar ideas about what's good for people. A little bird told me she incited some Ujet's women to witchery.
Nevím, tebe se mi nezajímá o nějaký čerděnice. Tak se takový dívám, co mám dělat dál. No. Zkusím jít do hospody, tam se vždycky dá dozvědět nejvíc věcí. A tady. Konečně někdo, s kým se může hrát kostky. Tak. Já teďka docela málo peněz a potřebuji se nějak vydělat, tak zkusím kostky. Tak uvidíme.
We'll see whose side Lady Luck is on.
No. Nic moc. Zase nic moc, no tak znova.
Use your head, man. You'll lose everything.
Tyjo. Zkusím to ještě naposled.
Come on. It's time I had a throw.
Já možná teďka všechno ztratím. Tak to se nastrkám. No jasný, samý jedničky házejí, víš co, v pohodě.
We'll see.
Tak, teďka nesmíš hodit nic.
What the hell's with these damn dice?
No, skvělý. Tak. Teďka tady to mám docela dost. teďka? No, 2 5 to nic, takže vezmu tady tu jedničku, hodím znova ještě. A tak, teď mu hlavně musí něco padnout. No, nechám to takhle. Nebudu riskovat. Cože? OK. Ještě jednou.
This'll be the one.
Tak to tak má pěkný kostky. Jak on s tím dožena. Takým tempem. Já zde to už. Tak. No, tak mi to předehnal teďka.
Shouldn't I? No, I daren't.
No. Co teď? Vezmu ještě jednou.
If I was in your shoes, I'd pass while the going's good.
Ale nechám to.
Pull me a nail.
Jako vážně. Já chci takový nějaký středničky nebo 4 klidně. Co nejsi jim budu moc. Tak.
Use your head, man. You'll lose everything.
My pleasure.
No vůbec, jaký use everything. Tak, teď budu trošku riskovat. Do píče. Nevadí. No, tady to už se můžu vzdát, a když to vidím, tak... No. No, já jsem nechtěl. Tak. Tak se zeptám. Jestli ten hotspotský něco neví?
Jesus Christ be praised.
I've come in the name of...
Já se potřebuji tady nějak vydělat, jakož já nemám vůbec nic.
Do you know anyone Lubos used to spend time
Možná se s tím knězem to jak vymyslet.
Not with anyone from the village. He used to sit in the tavern next to us sometimes, but he never said much.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Come to think of it, I was once...
Já to tak nějak jako už vyskipuju, jakož... Už máme po několikátý, to je ten... To je jedno to stejný. A zkusme ještě jednou s jakým knězem zajít.
Father, Lubos was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was... If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confession. I'll tell you what. Suppose we talk it over in the evening. In the tavern. Over a cup of...
No, takže teďka mám počkat do večera a pak se s ním popít. Tak, kde? Někam se na takhle počkám. Budeme chlastat s knězem. No, že to bude něco. No takhle, že jakože to bude zábava. Chlastat s knězem, to je vždycky sranda, si myslím. Tak, kde seš? Já už ji vidím.
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything, but maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch, Bernard.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujits, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Noyle? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately.
To
The
co
Neuhoff
hládek.
stuff farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than
No,
others.
jaký bývají
Let's just
vojáků.
say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end.
Tak ho musím
These
ožrat.
cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
A s jakým úkolem chceš pomoct, Zlato?
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Tak po té jedné, až to hraju, tak ti klidně pomůžu.
So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical, condemning vices, and of course describing them in detail. A tongue lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching
Jan
in Prague,
Hus, huh?
in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
Jestli to bude ten druhý díl, tak mě zajímá, jestli tam bude ukázaný.
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church, the lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated.
To bylo docela zajímavý, si myslím, že kdyby vede během dílu jsme si mohli i pokycat se nemusel.
Devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasa Monastery.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense.
Yay.
You can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe.
No.
Thanks for the sermon.
Ale že jako to s ním úplně nepadlo nejlíp.
It's getting quite late.
Úplně nechci ani dočkat knězi, ale jako...
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Nepadne to dobře.
That sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Jo.
Přišla bída mora hlad, to neustojí žádnej chlap. Na kraj padnul děsnej smutek, kdo měl nohy ráno utek, děti společenský mají sad, do včera žil dneska je prach, už sej mojí svatý muži, nechtěl bych bejt v jejich kůži, jedno a tak si dám jedno, pořadem si huby jako poslední jen, půjďme zpátky, ano dá slávy, a tak vypad sudky a posaď se mi sem, tak posaď se sem a vypad je ven. Ukaž kozy jako vozy, zítra jen tu jsou nejden, tak nalej mi hned a točí se svět.
Enough of this. Bailiff, come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Jasný.
Come on in, bailiff. You want to fight? Come and get it.
Yeah! No, Corva.
Jo, přesně, zvaň ho. Tak. Někde to jsme?
Watch the step, my dears. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Godwin, you're a buffoon.
No, to je krásný.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Oh. We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody oath. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here. Oh.
Priest has mounted up.
Dobře.
Take a little ride of our own.
Vítej zpátky, Johnny. Já myslím, že jsi přišel v pravou chvíli.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
To je takový vůl. A ten Jindra je tak hezky vysmátej. To je pěkný.
Godwin, you beast. Get up. Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards.
Oh, fucking hell. Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Ah, Henry. My great friend, Henry. And we have a wonderful time.
To bylo fakt moc krásný.
Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. Oh, my guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. Oh. What was that woman on about? Wait, before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten? Where the fuck am I? What the fuck was it?
To je nejlepší otázka, co může říct prostě opilý člověk.
Shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me. I'd like to help you, but you can.
A jak se jinak máš, Johnny?
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want that to
Nechci kázat.
I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Tak to jsem rád, že už máš po škole a že se máš fajn. Jsem rád, že jsi přišel, že se nemám s kým pokecat. Ale to je ta mise je nejlepší, co jsem kdy hrál. To je jak v Zaklínačově trojice, jak tam je ta mise, jak se všichni ožerete. Ve hrách tady ty mise vždycky stojí za to.
Well, all right. I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubosh.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
Jo. To má nějaký obočí. Počkej, to musím mít někde tady, ne? Já chci nějaký obočí. Já jsem nechci házet jako klasický ty. Tu zbedali. Tak. No, vezme jsme tady to a boty. Já mám boty. Já nemám boty. Hej. To je blbý. Kam jsem je dal? Tam, tady to. Já jsem se díval jako nějaký klasický. A já jsme takhle teda. Náhodou, jako kdybys přišel na kázání v trenkách, tak by to bylo jako aspoň stylový. Si myslím. No, reputace ztracená, je tak jako co to je.
He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait. Look at him. Mother of God. Any minute now he'll throw up.
To je takový vůbec.
I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
To kdyby tam ještě hodil Grecku, tak to bylo vrchol. Jo, to je naší mise, no. Kingdom Come. Ještě dobrá s tím jeden ptáčku, že to máš něco podobného, ale to jsem ještě nehrál, ale vím, že tam něco takového je. Jsem DLCčku. To jsem jenom tak jako jenom od cvičení vím, že to je nějaký podobný.
Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Scholars.
Ten pohled není hodil. Bože. Tak je to, když víš, že se prostě jako opilej, udělal strašnou chybu a pak jen se jako díváš, co jsem to udělal.
Where by the grace of God was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
To jsi skončil o 1,5 hodiny dřív, jo, zlato. Ježiš, jo, tady to kázání, no tak to bude sranda. Co ze mě vypadne? A se to já načte? Jak je to trošku delší než obvykle? To je nějaký divný. Se to načítá fakt dlouho. No, uvidíme. Teď sám aspoň mezi můžu popovídat. No co tam budeš dělat za to, když teďka máš tolik času? Hádám, že oběd už máš hotovej. Jo, můžeš hrát. To jo, ale co to je? Se teďka fakt loudí nějak dlouho. Já doufám, že to jakože načte, že jsem to nesl jako ta hra celá. Ale mám pocit, že jsem to teď kouslo. Já to možná budu muset vypnout a zapnout, ale dám tomu ještě tak půl minutky a když to nepůjde, tak to vypnu a zapnu. Vím, že tady u týmy se mi to udělalo i kdysi. I na P4, že se mi sekla celkově. To je jo. No nic, tak já to vypnu a za, nevím, 5, no, nevím, kolik, za minutu budu zpátky. Protože tady to se mi jen tak nenačte. Takže do minuty jsem tu.